It's a strange thing about our world today. We have unprecedented technology at our fingertips, machines that can communicate instantly across the globe, artificial intelligences that can predict human behavior, satellites that map every inch of our planet. And yet, despite all this, we still struggle to understand ourselves. We have the power to cure diseases that once claimed millions, and yet mental health crises surge. We are connected by the web of information, yet so often isolated in the quiet of our minds. We look up at the night sky and see billions of stars, each a furnace burning hydrogen into the elements that would one day become us. And yet we feel so small, so disconnected from the very universe that gave us birth. This is the paradox of our time, a civilization capable of peering into the farthest reaches of space, yet often blind to the vast landscapes within our own hearts. And so we must ask ourselves, if the universe is written in the language of mathematics and physics, perhaps our own lives are written in patterns we have yet to decipher. Perhaps the key to understanding the cosmos begins with understanding ourselves. Consider this. Every atom in your body, the carbon in your DNA, the calcium in your bones, the iron in your blood, was forged in the heart of a star. You are literally stardust, not metaphorically, not poetically, but scientifically. Every beat of your heart echoes the violent pulse of supernovae that exploded billions of years before Earth even existed. Every breath you take is a whisper of cosmic history. And yet, how often do we live as if we are disconnected from that staggering reality, as if the universe is an abstract curiosity rather than the very source of our being? And here lies the first lesson. The cosmos does not merely surround us, it courses through us. We are living archives of cosmic events. And if we are part of this vast interwoven fabric, then our actions, every choice, every intention reverberate not only in our lives, but in the subtle harmonics of the universe itself. This is not a call to mysticism. It is a call to awareness, grounded in the fact that we are participants in a cosmos that does not separate observer from observed. Now, let's talk about change. Change is the only constant. The universe is in perpetual motion. Galaxies collide, stars are born and die, black holes twist space-time itself, and yet, amidst all this cosmic dynamism, humanity often seeks stasis. We cling to routines, to ideologies, to familiar ways of thinking, resisting the evolution that is already occurring. And here's the irony. The very universe that has birthed life is a universe of change. To resist it is to resist the nature of reality itself. But what if change were not something to fear, but a signal, a cosmic nudge that we are alive and evolving? Each of us, in our own lives, is a microcosm of the universe. Galaxies of thoughts, planets of emotions, stars of potential yet to ignite. When we embrace change, we align ourselves with the fundamental processes of creation. When we resist, we become islands in a sea of motion. This is where personal responsibility comes in. If you are made of stardust, then your existence is both miraculous and consequential. The chemical elements that form your body were once scattered across the void, yet here they are, conscious, capable of wonder, capable of reflection. And with that consciousness comes responsibility, not as a burden, but as empowerment. Every decision you make, from the food you eat to the way you interact with others, resonates across the networks of life that sustain this planet. You are a node in an intricate web, a thread in the tapestry of existence. And the thread you choose to weave matters. Consider the Earth itself, a pale blue dot, as Carl Sagan so beautifully put it, suspended in the cosmic void. Look at how small it is against the backdrop of the Milky Way. Yet look at the complexity contained within that small sphere. Oceans teeming with life, forests breathing oxygen into the air, minds capable of pondering infinity. And now ask yourself, what is your role in this complexity? Are you merely a spectator, or are you a conscious agent in the evolution of life and consciousness? Here's a scientific metaphor. Neurons in your brain communicate through trillions of synapses. Each thought you have, each decision you make, sparks chemical reactions that ripple outward, influencing your behavior, your health, your relationships. Now scale that up. Human society, interconnected through communication and trade, operates like a planetary brain. Your actions, when multiplied across billions of conscious beings, shape the trajectory of civilizations. Your responsibility is not abstract, it is literal. The universe gave you consciousness, and consciousness demands action. And yet, let's not forget humility. To recognize the vastness of the universe is not to despair, but to marvel. In the grand scheme of cosmic time, our lifespans are fleeting. Stars live for billions of years, galaxies spin for eons. And here we are, in the blink of a cosmic eye, capable of thought, capable of love, capable of shaping our world. The humbling reality of our insignificance in scale is precisely what makes our significance in choice and consciousness profound. We are cosmic citizens, and citizenship entails responsibility. The ethical imperative of awareness is this: to know that our thoughts, actions, and creations are part of a larger continuum. If a tree falls in a forest, it affects the ecosystem. If a life is lived in ignorance, it affects the web of consciousness. Our existence is interdependent, our destinies intertwined. The challenge then is to awaken to this interconnectedness, to live intentionally, not reactively, to contribute to the symphony rather than merely witness it. And this awakening is not mystical. It is deeply grounded in science and observation. Quantum mechanics teaches us that the act of observation influences reality. Ecology teaches us that every organism contributes to the health of the system. Astrophysics teaches us that the universe is dynamic, interconnected, and expansive. Philosophy teaches us to question our assumptions, to seek meaning without illusion. Integrating these perspectives, we arrive at a simple truth. To know oneself is to know one's role in the cosmos, and to know one's role is to act with awareness and compassion. So, how do we translate this cosmic awareness into everyday life? Begin with mindfulness. Recognize the extraordinary nature of the ordinary. The next time you feel stress, think of it in the context of universal time. The hydrogen that fuels your sun today was forged billions of years ago. When you interact with another human being, consider the ripple of your influence. When you engage with the environment, consider the ecological and planetary consequences. Personal responsibility is not about guilt. It is about empowerment, the understanding that your choices echo in eternity. And what of courage? Courage is the willingness to embrace change, to step into uncertainty, to act in alignment with one's understanding of cosmic truth. It is the courage to innovate, to challenge outdated paradigms, to extend empathy beyond your immediate circle. Courage is, in essence, the recognition that though the universe is vast, our capacity for understanding, for action, and for love is equally expansive. As we approach the horizon of possibility, it is time to ask ourselves, what legacy will we leave? What cosmic footprint will our generation imprint upon the universe? Will we passively drift? Or will we actively shape the future with conscious, intentional effort? The universe is not waiting for us to awaken. It will continue indifferent to our choices, but our lives, our civilization, and our planet are not. And that is precisely why we must act. The final lesson of this journey is this: wonder and responsibility are inseparable. To look at the stars and feel awe is not escapism. It is recognition of the vast potential within and around us. To know that we are stardust is not vanity. It is empowerment. To understand that our actions ripple outward is not fear. It is courage. And to integrate all of this into our daily lives is to awaken to our cosmic destiny, to embrace change, to act with purpose, and to contribute to the unfolding story of life, consciousness, and the universe itself. So I leave you with this. The universe is not merely out there. It is within you. The laws of physics, the echoes of stars, the patterns of evolution, they all converge in this singular moment of your existence. To live consciously is to participate in the creation of reality itself. To act responsibly is to honor the vast, interconnected web of life. And to embrace change is to dance with the very forces that forge the cosmos. And yet, when we ponder the vastness of the universe, we are confronted with a paradox that is almost poetic in its cruelty. The same stars that forged our bodies in their fiery cores also remind us of our impermanence. Every galaxy, spinning silently over billions of years, carries within it the echoes of creation and destruction. Black holes devour everything in their paths, warping space and time itself, and yet we, fragile creatures of flesh and thought, look up at these cosmic titans and wonder, what is our place in all of this? But here's the twist. The universe, in all its grandeur, is not indifferent to our consciousness. It is indifferent to outcomes, perhaps, but it is exquisitely attentive to curiosity, to the human drive, to understand, to explore, and to reflect. When you stand beneath the night sky, when you watch a meteor streak across the heavens, what you are witnessing is not just a spectacle of physics, you are witnessing yourself in miniature. For the universe that surrounds you is the same universe that resides in you, the same laws, the same atoms, the same principles of energy, matter, and transformation. And this is where responsibility comes in. We live in an era where knowledge is abundant, where information flows like starlight across vast distances, yet wisdom remains scarce. To understand that we are part of an interconnected cosmic web is to realize that every action we take has ramifications beyond ourselves. The plastic we discard, the energy we consume, the thoughts we nurture, they echo outward, shaping the trajectory of societies, ecosystems, and the very planet that cradles life. Cosmic awareness is not simply an intellectual exercise. It is a call to conscious living. Imagine a single neutron star, the densest object in the universe outside of a black hole. A teaspoon of neutron star material would weigh billions of tons. Its gravity is so extreme that it warps space and time around it. Now, consider your life. In the grand context of cosmic time and space, it may seem insignificant. But your influence, like gravity, extends beyond what you can perceive. Ideas spread, kindness ripples, actions accumulate. You may not feel their weight, but they are real. You are more consequential than you might believe, not because you control the stars, but because you embody the principles that govern them: energy, mass, persistence, transformation. And yet, transformation is uncomfortable. It demands courage. The universe does not reward inertia. Galaxies collide and merge. Stars explode to seed new worlds. Life itself evolves because it must. To evolve personally, socially, and collectively requires the same willingness to embrace the unknown. To confront the future with eyes wide open is to participate in the cosmic process that has been ongoing for nearly 14 billion years. And let's be honest, humans are notoriously resistant to change. We cling to familiarity, to routines, to beliefs that comfort us, even when the evidence demands evolution. But consider this: the molecules in your body were formed in stars that burned, died, and transformed into something new. Resistance to change is a local phenomenon. Transformation is universal. Now, let us talk about connection. Look at the Earth from space, a pale blue dot suspended in the vast, dark canvas of the cosmos. There are no borders, no divisions, no tribal allegiances visible from this vantage. There is only one planet, fragile and alive, spinning silently in the void. This perspective is not a philosophical abstraction, it is a scientific reality, and it carries a profound lesson. We are, by necessity, interconnected. Every human being, every organism, every ecosystem is part of a single interwoven system. Our fates are not separate. Climate change, social inequality, pandemics, they are not isolated phenomena. They are the expressions of systems, and systems are interconnected. So, what does it mean to awaken to your cosmic destiny? It means recognizing that your existence is neither trivial nor solitary. It means embracing your role as both observer and participant. You are not a passive passenger on a spinning rock. You are a conscious agent in a universe of astonishing complexity. Every choice, every act of creativity, every effort to learn, understand, and empathize contributes to the unfolding narrative of life. This is both humbling and empowering. Let us return for a moment to Stardust. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the oxygen you inhale, these are not just elements, they are cosmic legacies. They carry the history of supernovae that exploded billions of years ago, scattering their material across interstellar space, eventually coalescing into planets, into life, into you. You are literally and figuratively a product of the universe's history. And with that heritage comes an ethical imperative to live consciously, to act responsibly, to honor the extraordinary improbability of your existence. But awareness alone is not enough. Action is required. The universe operates on principles of cause and effect. Energy begets energy, motion begets motion, and in human terms, effort begets change. Your potential, vast as it is, finds its meaning in action, creative, compassionate, deliberate action. To sit idle while knowledge of your place in the cosmos expands is to squander the very gift of consciousness. And here's a subtle but important point. Change begins within. To influence the world, you must first understand yourself. This is not self-indulgence. It is recognition of the foundational principle that consciousness is the engine of transformation. Your thoughts, beliefs, and habits shape not only your perception, but also your interactions, your relationships, and the ripple effects you cast into the world. Inner clarity begets outer clarity. Inner responsibility begets societal responsibility. And inner awakening begets collective awakening. Consider the philosophical implications. If the universe is indifferent to human life, yet humans are capable of wonder, consciousness, and moral reflection, then the question becomes, what will we do with this capacity? Will we squander it on short-term gain and trivial pursuits, or will we rise to the responsibility implicit in our awareness? The stars, the galaxies, the fundamental forces of the universe, they do not care. But we do. And in that caring lies the essence of our cosmic destiny. And what is that destiny? It is not fame, wealth, or ephemeral achievement. It is engagement. It is participation in the ongoing unfolding of life, consciousness, and the universe itself. It is the realization that to live consciously, to act responsibly, to embrace change and connection, is to honor the miraculous improbability of your existence. So I ask you, in the quiet moments when the night sky stretches above you, when you feel the pulse of your own heart, when you sense the inexorable march of time, what will you contribute to the story of the cosmos? Will you drift passively, or will you act intentionally as a conscious participant in the unfolding of life? The universe does not demand your action, it continues regardless, but the universe is generous enough to include you. And this generosity is extraordinary, for in you resides the same potential that forged stars, that sculpted galaxies, that enabled life to emerge from the dust of cosmic explosions. Within you is the capacity to learn, to teach, to inspire, to heal, to create, and to transform. You are not just a spectator. You are a co-creator in the vast, ongoing experiment of existence. So stand up, look around you, recognize the interconnectedness of all things, the intricate dance of matter and energy, the fragile ecosystems of our planet, the lives that intertwine with yours. Embrace the responsibility inherent in your existence. Engage with curiosity, with courage, with compassion. And remember always, you are stardust, you are history, you are potential. Your choices matter. Your awareness matters. Your life matters. And if we, together, rise to this understanding, if we embrace change, act responsibly, and nurture the connections that bind us, then perhaps, just perhaps, we will awaken not only to our cosmic destiny, but to a future worthy of the incredible, improbable, and awe-inspiring universe that made us possible. The stars await your reflection, the galaxies await your courage, and the universe, in its infinite complexity, whispers a single enduring truth. Your life is meaningful, your actions are consequential, and your consciousness is a force of transformation. And yet, even as we contemplate our place in the cosmos, it is impossible not to notice the contrast, the stark dissonance between human achievement and human suffering. We have telescopes that peer across billions of light years, revealing the birth of galaxies, Yet we live in a world where millions struggle to access clean water. We have computers that can process quintillions of calculations per second, yet we often struggle to understand the complexity of our own minds. This is the paradox of being human. The same species, capable of decoding the DNA of life, sending probes to the edge of the solar system, and unraveling the fundamental particles of matter, still wrestles with greed, ignorance, and fear. And perhaps that is exactly why we were given consciousness. Perhaps the universe, indifferent to our existence, crafted a species capable of reflection, capable of recognizing its own fragility, capable of choosing to rise above the chaos. Because in awareness, there is responsibility, and in responsibility, there is potential. Consider the atoms in your body. They were once forged in the heart of a star. They have journeyed for billions of years, carried on solar winds, scattered across galaxies, finally coalescing into the living organism that you are today. This is not merely poetic language. It is physics. It is chemistry. It is an unbroken lineage of energy, matter, and transformation. And the same laws that guided the formation of your atoms now govern your choices, your actions, and the ripples they create in the world around you. Look outward again. Think of a light from the Andromeda Galaxy, traveling 2.5 million years to reach your eyes. That light began its journey before humans even walked upright. It has witnessed the rise and fall of countless generations, the endless dance of celestial bodies, and yet here it is intersecting with your consciousness, inviting you to see yourself as part of something incomprehensibly vast. In the grand scheme, you are infinitesimal, but in terms of responsibility and potential, you are colossal. And what does it mean to be colossal? It does not mean dominance. It does not mean exploitation. It means influence. It means stewardship. It means choosing, in every moment, to align with the forces of growth, sustainability, and understanding. The universe teaches us this through the principles of physics: conservation, symmetry, and balance. Energy is never lost. It is transformed. Matter is never destroyed. It changes form. And human consciousness, an emergent property of the universe itself, has the capacity to transform, to elevate, to align with the principles that govern reality. Yet, in practical terms, this is no easy task. Our world is complex. Societies are layered with history, ideology, and conflicting interests. Environmental crises loom. Technological power outpaces ethical understanding. Information flows faster than wisdom. And in this complexity, it can be tempting to withdraw, to surrender, to cynicism, or to assume that one person cannot make a difference. But the universe, in its impartiality, does not recognize excuses. Galaxies collide, stars explode, life evolves, change happens, whether we participate or not. To ignore the call to responsibility is to ignore the very nature of existence. Participation is not optional. And here is where empowerment enters the conversation. The same awareness that confronts you with the scale of the cosmos also equips you with the tools to act. Awareness, intention, and action are the pillars of transformation, both personal and collective. Let us speak, then, of empowerment. Empowerment does not mean the acquisition of wealth or status. It is the recognition of your agency, the acknowledgement that your choices are not isolated, the realization that your efforts to live consciously reverberate through the web of existence. Every conversation, every act of creativity, every decision to reduce harm and increase understanding extends outward like gravitational waves, shaping the lives of others in ways you cannot measure. And so the question arises, how do we cultivate this cosmic consciousness in a world that often seems designed to fragment attention, to reward distraction, to perpetuate conflict? The answer is deceptively simple, yet profoundly challenging. Curiosity, humility, and courage. Curiosity drives you to seek knowledge beyond the superficial, to look past the obvious, to question assumptions. Humility reminds you that the universe is vast and ancient, and your understanding is inevitably limited, but your capacity to learn is limitless. And courage compels you to act despite uncertainty, to take responsibility even when outcomes are unclear, to shine your light into the darkness. This triad, curiosity, humility, courage, is the essence of awakening to your cosmic destiny. And what precisely is that destiny? It is to live consciously, to act intentionally, to recognize that every decision you make matters not only to yourself, but to the broader network of life. To understand that your life, fleeting though it may be, is a node in an infinite web of cause and effect, stretching across space and time. And here is the beauty of it. You do not need to see the entire web to act meaningfully within it. You do not need to comprehend every galaxy to contribute positively to your local universe. One act of insight, one act of kindness, one act of creation can ripple outward, triggering transformations that span continents, generations, and even species. Just as a supernova disperses elements that seed new stars, so too can your actions disperse the building blocks of growth, understanding, and renewal. Now, consider the human brain a cosmic wonder in its own right. Composed of roughly 86 billion neurons, each forming thousands of synaptic connections, it is arguably the most complex structure we know in the universe. Every thought, every perception, every choice is the result of this incredible machinery. And yet, this machinery is not an end in itself. It is a vehicle for consciousness, for reflection, for moral reasoning. The same principles that govern stars, galaxies, and cosmic evolution are mirrored in the neural networks of your mind. You are, in microcosm, a universe unto yourself. And with this understanding comes an ethical imperative to cultivate your mind, to refine your awareness, to expand your capacity for empathy and wisdom. To do so is not merely self-improvement, it is participation in the ongoing evolution of life. Every insight you gain, every habit you correct, every fear you confront strengthens not only your own trajectory, but the trajectory of the world around you. You are simultaneously observer and actor, student and teacher, microcosm and macrocosm. And as we move forward into an era of unprecedented technological and social change, this understanding becomes increasingly vital. The tools we now possess, from artificial intelligence to biotechnology, from global communications to space exploration, amplify both our capacity for creation and our potential for destruction. Awareness without action is insufficient. Knowledge without responsibility is dangerous. The universe does not wait for permission, and history is unyielding in its lessons. Power untempered by consciousness leads to collapse, while intentional action guided by understanding leads to resilience, growth, and transformation. So what does this mean for you right now in this moment? It means that you are part of an unfolding story that began long before humans existed and will continue long after we are gone. It means that your awareness is a gift, your choices are tools, your life is a medium through which the universe expresses itself, and it means that by acting with curiosity, humility, and courage, by embracing change rather than resisting it, by fostering connection rather than division, you fulfill a role that is at once deeply personal and profoundly cosmic. The stars are not distant abstractions. They are mirrors, reminders, and mentors. They show us what is possible over timescales far beyond human comprehension. They teach us about energy, persistence, transformation, and interconnection. They invite us to imagine, to dream, and to act. And the most remarkable thing? Those same principles of physics, chemistry, and biology that sculpt the cosmos are active within you, shaping your potential to learn, to grow, and to contribute. So here's the final reflection, the guiding principle I hope you carry with you. Your existence matters. Your awareness matters. Your choices matter. In the immensity of the universe, it may seem as if one life is insignificant, but insignificance is an illusion. You are the product of cosmic history. You are a conscious agent capable of shaping future history. You are a co-creator in a universe that has been waiting 14 billion years for the emergence of beings capable of reflection, understanding, and moral action. And when you act with purpose, with courage, with love, you participate in a process far greater than yourself. A process that began with the Big Bang, that will continue long after our sun has died, that threads through every star, every planet, every living being. You are not just in the universe, you are of the universe. And the universe, in its infinite complexity, invites you to rise to the occasion. So, rise, look to the stars, engage with your world, expand your mind, extend your compassion, and remember, the universe is vast, time is deep, and you are alive. And in that aliveness lies the responsibility, the opportunity, and the extraordinary privilege of shaping reality itself. The universe awaits your curiosity, the cosmos awaits your courage, and history awaits your action. Will you answer the call? Because here's the thing, the universe doesn't do favors. It doesn't reward intention without effort. It's simply island, stars burn according to the laws of physics. Galaxies form according to gravity. Planets orbit according to momentum. And humans? Humans are a singular anomaly, aware, reflective, capable of understanding the universe that bore them, and yet capable of choices that either honor that understanding or defy it. The power of awareness is simultaneously a blessing and a responsibility. And responsibility is not a burden, it is a privilege. To act consciously in the vastness of space and time is a form of courage that transcends mere survival. It is the recognition that you are not just a passive observer in a cosmic theater, you are an actor, a participant, a note in the grand symphony of existence. And every note, no matter how subtle, contributes to the resonance of the whole. We tend to forget this. We are lulled by the immediacy of life, the screens, the headlines, the endless distractions. And yet, even amidst this noise, the universe quietly persists. Black holes continue to sculpt galaxies, stars continue to be born, comets trace their ancient arcs, and life, messy, unpredictable, extraordinary life, continues to unfold. And within this unfolding, your consciousness, your reflection, your choices, they are all part of the story. Consider this. The atoms in your body were once part of stars, part of cosmic dust scattered across the universe. These same atoms have participated in processes that span billions of years. And now, in a rare twist of cosmic fate, they've coalesced into something capable of wonder, curiosity, and ethical choice. In other words, the universe has conspired to produce you. And what you do with that opportunity defines not only your own trajectory, but echoes across space, time, and history. This is where empowerment becomes tangible. Empowerment is not about grandeur, it is about alignment. It is about realizing that your thoughts, your actions, your decisions are not isolated. They are threads in a universal tapestry. And when you weave those threads with care, compassion, curiosity, and courage, the fabric of reality itself is strengthened. Conversely, when you neglect this opportunity, the tapestry frays. The choice is yours, but the stakes are vast. And now we arrive at perhaps the most essential question of all. What does it mean to live a life that honors this cosmic truth? To live consciously, fully, responsibly? It begins with attention. Attention to the world around you, attention to the relationships that shape you, attention to the thoughts that define you. It begins with curiosity, seeking knowledge not to dominate, but to understand, not to conquer, but to harmonize. And it continues with courage to act in alignment with what you know to be right, even when inconvenient, even when unnoticed, even when it requires sacrifice. Science teaches us that the universe operates according to laws, but it also teaches us that complexity emerges from simplicity. Galaxies are not chaotic. They are structured by gravity, angular momentum, and energy. Life itself is not random. It emerges from chemical interactions, evolutionary pressures, and environmental conditions. And human consciousness, with all its nuance and creativity, is no different. You are complex, yes, but your choices, grounded in knowledge, empathy, and understanding, create patterns that ripple outward, influencing not only those you encounter directly, but the systems, societies, and even environments in which you exist. And so, if you feel overwhelmed, if the scale of the universe makes your own existence feel small, remember this: even the smallest actions have cosmic consequences. A single spark can ignite a forest. A single idea can reshape a civilization. A single act of kindness can ripple across generations. The universe is patient, but it is responsive. It listens in ways that are subtle, indirect, and sometimes imperceptible, but it listens nonetheless. The challenge, then, is to harmonize with this responsiveness, to recognize that your life, your choices, your awareness are instruments in a vast orchestra that has been playing since the Big Bang. And just as the stars follow the rules of physics, yet create astonishing patterns of beauty, so too can your life, when aligned with truth and purpose, produce patterns of profound significance. So here is the charge: cultivate awareness. Seek knowledge, but temper it with humility. Act courageously, but temper your actions with compassion. Understand that you are a temporary yet remarkable expression of a universe that is eternal. Know that your consciousness is both a gift and a responsibility. And recognize that the only way to honor this gift is to participate fully, intentionally, and ethically in the unfolding story of existence. The universe does not demand perfection. It does not demand certainty. It demands participation. And every choice you make, every decision to act with intention rather than inertia, every effort to expand understanding rather than cling to ignorance, is a vote in favor of life, knowledge, and growth. It is a signal flare to the cosmos that consciousness here on this small blue planet is awake, aware, and ready to engage with the vast, mysterious, and beautiful universe that gave it birth. As you leave this moment, whether literally closing this video or figuratively stepping forward in your life, carry with you this awareness. You are the product of 14 billion years of cosmic evolution, composed of atoms forged in stars, shaped by physics, chemistry, and biology, yet capable of reflection, ethics, creativity, and change. You are a participant in the universe, not merely a witness. And the universe, indifferent yet magnificent, has entrusted you with the opportunity to act. Rise to that opportunity. Ask questions that matter. Engage with the world that sustains you. Choose courage over comfort. Choose understanding over prejudice. Choose action over apathy. And in doing so, align yourself with the same forces that have shaped galaxies, forged life, and carried consciousness across eons. The cosmos is not waiting. Time does not pause. But you, right here, right now, can act. You can choose to awaken. You can choose to illuminate the darkness with knowledge, empathy, and wisdom. You can choose to live consciously, fully, and responsibly. And in doing so, you participate in something extraordinary: the ongoing evolution of life, consciousness, and meaning itself. So, rise, look to the stars, engage with your world, expand your mind, extend your compassion. And remember this truth, etched into the very fabric of your being: the universe did not create you to be passive. It created you to be awake. It created you to act. And it created you to wonder. Your life is your laboratory. Your consciousness is your telescope. Your actions are the experiments. And the results of your experiments ripple outward across time, space, and the hearts of countless beings. This is your invitation. This is your responsibility. This is your cosmic destiny. Will you accept it? So, as you look up at the night sky tonight, remember, the atoms in your body were forged in the cores of ancient stars. The iron in your blood, the calcium in your bones, the very oxygen you breathe, all are relics of cosmic explosions that occurred billions of years before you ever walked this earth. And yet, here you are, conscious, thinking, questioning, dreaming, capable of understanding the very universe that created you. That in itself is a miracle. But with that understanding comes responsibility. The universe doesn't require you to act ethically or kindly or wisely, but it gives you the opportunity to do so. And that, perhaps, is the most extraordinary gift of all. You are a product of the cosmos, and in turn, the cosmos depends on you not to survive, but to bear witness, to explore, to create, to understand, to reach for more than just the next moment, but for the next insight, the next discovery, the next connection. So go ahead, look up, wonder, question, learn. And in every choice you make, in every action you take, remember that the universe is not just out there, it is in here, woven into the very fabric of who you are. You are Stardust? Yes. But more than that, you are the universe knowing itself. And that is nothing short of spectacular.